Howdy folks, Amos Sewn. It's news, spelt differently. Episode 35. Thought I'd say g'day to all you lovely people out there. Welcome to another episode of a bit of rambling on about stuff that's in the news, and I'll get my mate DK on and we'll have a bit of a chat. What do you reckon, eh? Well, today is 15th day of the 9th month, 2022, and it's don't know how things are in your world at the moment, but it's pissing down here. Getting a bit of rain happening. I'm just checking me out the computer at the moment, mate. So yeah, anyway, that's all good. Seems to be working. Bet you it's not happening on YouTube though. I'll have a quick look at that. Yeah, it never does. But you never know. Things, life's stranger than fiction at times. No, nothing on YouTube. Doesn't matter. Anyway, start with a bit of international news. Sri Lanka, you know that place? Remember a while back the crowds got a bit unruly and said, "Bugger you, Mr. President. He's apparently a bit corrupt, bankrupting the economy and stuff like that." And they raided the Parliament House or the Presidential Palace, as it would be, sort of thing. And Sri Lanka's protest movement toppled the president. Then came the crackdown. How surprising. Anyway, Sri Lanka's protests were triumphant. The power was finally in their hands and the world was watching. July 9, thousands stormed the president's official residence, his swimming pool, watching his TV, laying on his bed. This guy called, can't pronounce his name, Wimithu, anyway, was live streaming the mayhem to his followers on Facebook. As he toured the president's palatial Colombo home with his phone, the 25-year-old video started going viral. It was the peak of the protest movement's power. After months of calls for his resignation, the president, go a beta or whatever. But in the weeks since, as the world's gaze has turned away, the scenes of triumph and impunity felt by the protesters that day has curdled to a climate of fear. Gee, that sounds reminiscent of several other places, doesn't it? Since that guy's successor got a new dude in, has assumed the presidency on July 20, more than 140 protesters have been arrested. Many of the movement's leaders have been driven into hiding. Days into the role, Mr. That name again extended a state of emergency, giving himself the power to make regulations and override existing laws to override existing laws to deal with the unrest. That sounds similar to what happens in a few other places. Oh, what about Canada, eh? What's his name? Justin Castro or something his name is? Trudeau, I reckon. No, Castro, Trudeau. Same thing, I think. He did similar sort of thing over there, and, well, look what's happened down in Melbourne. Yeah, they've got some great laws down there that Dictator Dan just thought he'd bring in just to keep you safe. What a crock of bullshit, anyway, as you do. And, well, that's the way the world's going. Protesting's great, and we all should have the right to protest, but, well, what's happening from it? The people who are doing the protests get put in jail. Like that report goes on to say that the guy that did that Facebook post, he's been chucked in jail and for 10 days, and he's got to go to court for within 10 days. He reckons it was like 10 years in a hellhole, no doubt. Sri Lanka's prisons. Yes, and well, like we all know, Vinnie Eastwood from the Vinnie Eastwood show. He only spent a day in prison, but look, he's been going to court for over a year, and well, still isn't finalised. Hopefully it'll be shortened soon, and then you can get back to what he does. Well, he's doing a bit of shows every now and then, so he's struggling along. But good on you, Vinny. Keep up the good work. Anyway, next, you know what? Who? World Health Organization. Well, apparently, let's just get that back, and not that frame. Let's try this one. Ah, yes. Working? Yes, that's working. Everything's going well so far. The WHO says we can see the finish line for the code morbid 19 pandemic, but it's not over yet. Sure. World Health Organization Director Tedros arsehole gonna buy me one, something like that. I don't think I pronounced his name right. Says the end is in sight for the COVID-19 pandemic, but now is not the time to ease up for the infection control measures. In other words, yeah, nothing's going to change. We have been in a better position to end the pandemic, Mr. Tedros said during a press conference at the WHO's headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. We're not there yet, but the end is in sight. Yes, yes. But they just want you to carry on with testing, keep on getting the vaxes, maintaining measures at healthcare facilities. Yeah, in other words, they're still going to kill you. Rebuilding trust in public health authorities. Yes, I'm sure that's going to work well, isn't it? Yeah. You trust your doctor? Trust it? No. Yes, a marathon runner does not stop when the finish lines come into view. She runs harder. With the energy, with all that energy left, so must we. Yeah, do you believe this guy's good, folks? Anyway, we all know where that's sort of going, don't we? And we'll get DK on a little bit later. He's got some ideas about it, what the future plan is for that. And I'll tell you, it's just quite interesting. All right, another story. Australian story this time. The anyone in New South Wales who's has to travel a train recently, there's been a few upsets with the unions. They're causing a kerfuffle, and so the press says. I haven't got a report because it's all bullshit anyway. But the unions, as usual, want better pay and conditions, but a lot of what they're going on about is safety. They've got New South Wales government brought in these new trains from overseas. Could have built them in Australia, mind you, but nah. And they're not real safe, apparently. How surprising. Oh, look. I've got some people. Woods Bear. Hello, Woods Bear. We're on G-Live. Great to see you here, mate. Anyway. I don't normally cough this much, you know. It's just when the camera's on. Better wash it down. That's better. Anyway, back to the union bashing. Well, it's not me, but I'm not overly a big fan of unions, but they serve a purpose and have done so in the past. They're supposed to keep the employers in check. But mind you, well, it seems like a lot of unions these days, they're a little bit controlled. But anyway, back to this railway union. There was a news report saying that the couple of emails got leaked or something to the press. Funny enough, and it was just saying that well, we're not going to stop until the next election, which is next year or something. And the news media have jumped straight on that. Oh, look, they're playing political games. Political games. Who's playing political games? Not the media, surely not. They're just reporting the truth, as they do. No, anyway. And what the union plans to do, apparently, they plan to disable the Opal card system. The Opal card in New South Wales is a little card you get to pay for your train trips. There's no cash anymore. You've got to top up your Opal card and jump on a train or a bus, whatever, and you flash your card. Bit of a you know, new world order sort of tactic coming in, I'm sure. But so bit of luck, guys. If you're got to grab a train or whatever the next few weeks, there could be a free trip. I hope it is. I haven't been on a train for a while, but yeah, mate, good luck with that. Yeah, unions, they've got a job to do, and I hope they get what they want. It'd be nice to have safe trains. Even better, it'd be nice to have trains built in Australia or wherever you are in the world. Have your local manufacturing manufactured locally instead of everything gets sent off overseas, wherever you are. America, bloody, they try to do stuff over there, I'm sure, but how much stuff is imported to America, to New Zealand, Australia, and especially here in Australia, we have got some world class um, train building companies that can build trains. Why didn't they get a look in? Wonder why. Someone's got a kickback. Anyway, one more news story that's been out of the news for a long time, and it's very sad. We all know about Palestine, the stuff that happens over there. Um, it's not in the media. No, I saw a little bit in um, where was it? Al Jazeera. It's a news site. Yeah, hang about. Where has it gone? Yeah, there we go. Okay, right. Um, yeah, let's bring that up again. It's about football, mind you. Gaza City, Palestinian footballer Fadi Jabir, or whatever, was overjoyed when Qatar won the bid to host the 2022 World Cup. The professional footballer at a local club in the besieged Gaza Strip started his sports career at an early age before going to become a member of the Palestinian national team. It's a wonderful moment, the first time Arab country will host the World Cup, Fadi told Al Jazeera. At that time, my fellow footballers and I were thrilled. We were hoping we'd be there to attend the World Cup or even be able to take part in it. But Jabber and his colleagues knew it would be difficult. Not because of the football, but the restrictions Israel has placed on them. Yes. Where are we? Just get rid of that. Now, and they just can't go anywhere. The Israeli government, there's a couple of places where they can get out here and there, but you know, these professional footballers, they just want to go over to the West Bank, which is just not far away. Yeah, and that's so they can play football. There's club games and like anyone who knows anything about sport, and I know bugger all about it. Um, to become a world class athlete, you've got to engage in competition. You've got to be able to go places where the competitions happen, and it's in there its own country, Palestine, well Israel, whatever you want to call it. I'm not, yeah. There you go. I'm sure some people will think I'm being anti-Semitic or whatever that word is, but mate, these guys have had a raw deal since 1940 something, you know, and the Israeli just kept on hammering them. Why is that so? Lots of reasons behind that one, I'm sure. Anyway, might give DK a bit of a call and see how that goes. There's a picture. Get the screen up and give him a tingle. Here we go. Uh, Hello.
Hey, man.
There you go.
Yeah, good, buddy. Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's another day in paradise in New Zealand, is it? What's the weather like over there today?
It's actually nice.
Yeah.
We've actually been having like reasonably good weather. It's like spring sort of come when it should have. There
Yeah.
was only a few rainy days in the last like month sort of thing. We actually had a really mild winter, eh?
Yeah. Oh, we happened to be raining just about all the time, and we got a bit of rain tonight, but yesterday was nice. Yeah, Played through rocks yesterday. Played bowls. And
Oh
that was
yeah.
yeah, that was quite good. And it was entertaining. But so well, before we before the show, I had a bit of a chat about. I was telling you about the what I was planning to talk about, and you were saying something about what the World Health Organisation plan to do next. Now that we're nearing the finish line, would you like to nearing the finish line? Oh, aren't we all excited? The finish line.
Nearing the finish line, dude. It's not 2030 yet, and that's finishes.
Yes.
Like, everyone forgets that they've been planning this for so long, and the time scale is like, because everyone forgets that there was actually originally an Agenda 2020,
Yep.
then Agenda 21, then
Mm.
Agenda 2030. Now I think there's like a 2040 and a 2050.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like the next few decades, they've already got plans in place
Mm.
for how they want to change the society.
Yeah. Oh, well, they plan to reduce society quite a bit, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. They.
Yeah, well, basically, yeah, they're gonna, like, New Zealand has rolled back all the mask and jab mandates,
Mm.
except employers are still allowed to enforce it
Yeah.
if they want.
Yeah. As ridiculous as that, and you still see to this day so many people walking around, and even people riding push bikes with masks on.
Yeah,
And they're killing themselves,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've only really been saying anything to like a few people
Mm.
until the mandate dropped. Since the mandate dropped, I've been saying it to like almost everyone I see.
Yeah.
So why are you still wearing that shit? The mandate's gone.
Yeah.
Why
Uh,
are you still doing it? You don't
well,
have to wear it. You
I've,
didn't feel like there was no reason to in the first place. You just got used.
I think I know why. Because they've been conditioned.
Yeah. Oh
It's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a
That's what I mean.
conditioning thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember when the
They're used to hiding. Now
yeah.
they don't like being in public. They're used to
Mm.
hiding their faces, keeping their emotions like
Mm.
hidden away,
Yeah.
and then still just want to go and scream at everyone else.
Yeah. No, like I remember back when we were in thick of the mask wearing situation. I rarely wore one. I went into a shop and I sort of put the mask on. It was keeping my beard safe because I generally had 'cause I wasn't wearing it correctly, shall we say. And yeah, after a while, eventually went away, of course. But even then, I found myself getting out of the car, heading towards the shop, thinking, "Oh shit, where's my mask?" And I think, "See, I've been conditioned."
Yeah.
And we all have, and I'm one of those people that supposedly I'm awake to this. I know all the details about I'll tell you how masks work, folks. It's like putting up a chain link fence against mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I heard that comment somewhere.
Well,
I
even
think,
even uh, I don't know if Fauci actually did this study himself or it was just his NIH or NIAID
yeah,
and he signed off on it or something. But they actually did a study on the Spanish flu and they actually realized that more people died due to bacterial pneumonia from wearing masks.
yep,
This is a study Fauci himself has actually signed off on
mhm,
and then goes and, well, to be honest, at first he said masks don't help, but then he started saying masks do help, even
mm.
where to. So it's
Um,
like, if he already knows that that's giving people bacterial pneumonia like 120 years ago,
mm.
rather interesting that he's trying to push that now when it's his own research.
But you look at many times over the period, Fauci's contradicts himself all the time.
Yeah, and no one,
And
no one cares.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, he's supposedly gone now, but I'm sure they'll find someone else nice to replace him.
Haven't
Really nice.
yet. But to be honest, he should be getting arrested because his wife is actually the person who signs off on like new vaccines and shit. So it's already a conflict of interest that he's married to the person,
Yeah.
signs off on shit
Hmm.
that he's promoting.
Yeah. Well, here in Australia, there was uh, the last government. There was the health. I think it was a health minister, or I'm not really sure which minister it was, but one of the ministers that was responsible for these sort of things.
Yeah.
His wife was a CEO for Pfizer, an Australian
Uh,
representative, not CEO maybe, but she was a high up person in Pfizer.
oh
Yeah,
well.
conflict of interest. Like,
Yeah.
people talk about conflict of interest, but when it comes up, our main politicians are doing it. The press says bugger all, and when the press does say something, no one reacts. It doesn't compute.
Yeah.
Conflict of interest is a real thing, folks. There's a lot of it happening.
Hell of a lot. So I found out shit. I think it was America. Don't quote me. It might be Canada.
Mm.
But I think it's America, and they found out that the government is actually invested in like either Pfizer or Moderna or something like that. They're definitely invested in one of the pharmaceutical companies,
Yeah,
and so they are promoting their own product to generate their own income.
yeah, yeah. And
And
that,
and be damned with the health, like the adverse health effects,
well, yeah,
because they want the dollars
yeah. And
and they want the population.
yeah, it's that's surprising, isn't it? No, not at all. Yeah.
I actually typed out something almost similar to that. I think it's something I've actually said to you before, but I typed out something similar to it on Telegram today.
Mm.
Which channel is it on? That one. Hopefully I can find it quickly enough
Yeah.
and actually repeat it. But yeah, it's on Napoleon Bush. That's like his screen name that he goes by. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's a Kiwi streamer and stuff. He's been,
Mm.
yeah, quite outspoken about the Marsden Point stuff and everything.
Yep.
But yeah, he posted like a photo of a skeleton inside a building with like the curtains are open and it's
Yeah.
like through the window. A skeleton inside wearing a mask. Yeah, and it's like displaying the brains you need to still be falling for their bullshit. The essence of brain dead. And what will eventually happen to the mask wearers? They will timidly hide inside until their lives are over, not realizing their life is already over.
Right.
Achieving the goal of the mask lie, emotional suicide by surrendering one's very identity in essence. This is what the globalist Nazis wanted all along, just for a moment understand the level of this evil. In actual fact, is the power behind this even human?
Well,
So
that's
that's
the
what
thing
he
too.
actually asked. Yeah, no, and then here's my response.
Mm.
Like, and I've said it to you before. I think I've said it on your stream. I'm not sure,
Mm.
but this is actually written down now, so I can just say it easily.
Woohoo.
I was like, yeah, I have a theory on that because I know what his actual name is. It's like, yeah, I have a theory on that, Nick. It's like, first, there is no climate change. There is weather manipulation. Humans know what crops go where, and nothing needed to be changed. So that brings us to the real reason why this is happening. Something is trying to change our planet's climate. This is called terraforming, and this leaves a few possibilities. One, AI. And the reason for AI to do it is to make outside dangerous so we will stay in our homes. This makes it easier for them to keep us safe. Think Asimov's law of robotics. The first one is keeping people safe. Second one is keeping themselves safe as long as it doesn't hurt a person. You know, I can't remember what the third one is. Yeah, so
Must protect its own existence.
yeah, well, if their primary objective is to keep humanity safe, the easiest way to do it is for us not to move, so they can just keep us safe in like a cubicle or a cell.
That was Asimov's three laws of robotics that you're referring to.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and then yeah, number 2 and 3 are very similar. Only the terminology changes depending on people's beliefs.
Yeah.
It's either alien life forms or demonic spirits. And it's either of those that are trying to destroy us and make the planet suitable for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it is really that simple.
Mm-hmm.
No human is trying to destroy our climate so we can't survive here.
Well, there is also the possibility that that people say, oh, what aliens? What? Yeah, because we're all humans, sort of thing. But the
Yeah,
thing
that's
is,
what I mean. That's why number 2 and 3 are either aliens or demons, because it depends on
yeah,
science or religion. But basically, the beings that are described in
are possessing
the
people.
same.
They're possessing.
Well, no, I mean they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, a demon or an alien. It just depends on whether you believe in science or you believe in religion.
Or
It's
whichever.
the only difference between an alien and a demon.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
dimensional beings,
It's
basically.
like say if you get killed by a weapon or something, say a gun. But do you care whether it's a Winchester or a fucking whatever brand of gun it is? You know, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what
Exactly.
brand of, you know, if you get stabbed with a knife, does it matter if it came from the kitchen or came from an armory? Doesn't really matter. Still,
Yeah,
the answer's still the same, isn't
that's right.
it? Well,
Um,
mate, I've got to go and get a beer. So, can you got something to tell the audience for a minute or two?
I suppose I can keep dribbling. Yeah,
Yeah, back in a sec.
yeah. Well, yeah. No, he's exactly right. It's like, what difference does it make? What weapon it is that is killing you? It is still a weapon that is killing you. What you need to work out is who is wielding that weapon and do something about that. And if we keep thinking that these are just like the rich people who are untouchable, they're going to stay rich and untouchable. If everyone starts realizing that it can't actually be humans doing this because it's basically that they are destroying the planet that they themselves live on. No human is destroying the planet that they live on. None of this shit is so precise that it's only affecting one place. Everything that is happening is affecting the whole world. So they are definitely trying to change the whole world.
Yep, it's a global agenda. Yeah, they're yeah, it's looks like. But I still like to think we may win. There's possibility. Well, we need the people in that the people, not necessarily the people in charge, but sort of more than just us mere masses, do something about it. Because the mere masses of people, we're doing the best we can, and sort of like going to protests, things like that is a good thing. But sort of, well, they just like I mentioned in about the Sri Lanka's protests, they were going, "Oh, we're all good," sort of thing. But then they got to change the government, and then the crackdowns began.
Hmm.
They're just smashing into the people, and well, we've seen it happen all over. So, mate,
Yeah,
I don't want to be disparaging against protests and stuff like that because I think they're a great idea. And mate, they're good fun to go to. Also, I haven't been to many, but yeah, it's such a good vibe. I've been to Canberra a few times. Went to one of them.
the only problem with it, even when the protests actually achieve something, like if we use, say, Sri Lanka as one example,
Hmm.
it's like even when it actually works and they overthrow the government, the military and the elite step in with all the money and tell the military to calm all the people down, and then they just install another government anyway.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
think do you think any of the people voted for whoever went in next? They just got rid of one person, the military turns up because they're
Yeah,
paid to, and then they put in whoever they want again.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's and where else did it happen? Kazakhstan as well. Same
Really?
thing.
Oh, yeah,
They
yeah,
took they took the whole presidential palace. The president fled the country and shit.
yep,
Massive protest. All the people flooding into the presidential palace and shit.
yep,
And like, yeah, a week later, there was like basically no news. But a week later, I'm guessing the military moved in, moved them all out, and installed a new president.
yep. And back to normal, and probably stricter. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. I actually haven't heard
Mm.
because they actually overthrew their president, and I haven't heard anything about Kazakhstan since, other
Yeah.
than they got a new president.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah,
never hear anything in the mainstream media about Kazakhstan. And yeah, where do you find out about it? Through your sources, shall we say? Yeah,
yeah, generally, yeah.
yeah. Like,
That's,
I,
that's
I,
that's that's why I started like my Discord and Telegram channels.
mm,
Is that everyone could find bits and put it there. So
yeah,
yeah, it helps. It means I don't have to spend all my time looking for stuff because everyone else is already doing it, and now
yeah,
they've just got somewhere to put it. So I
yeah.
just
I need to work out Telegram a bit better. Like, sort of, just haven't really got into it, sort of thing. But when I have looked at it, it looks like it's a wealth of information. There's a lot of
yeah,
stuff there, but yeah, it's just
it's a lot to go through, and you've got to be on like the right channels to find information. Some
yeah,
channels it's just all talk and then very little information that's
mm,
worth streaming or anything, and everyone's just chatting. So sometimes it's like I'm just scrolling through like 1,000 messages and it's everyone just
yeah,
chatting.
Yeah,
and
that's
I might
right.
find like 5 things worth playing out of 1,000 messages.
Hmm.
But yeah, on mine it's generally better because there's been a lot less chatting on my channel lately, and everyone still just keeps posting stuff there.
Oh,
So
cool. Yeah.
yeah, so I've
Yeah.
only got about 600 messages to go through there, and most of them to play.
Yeah. Yeah, like a couple of times I've looked at your channel, and yeah, mate, it's vast.
Yeah,
For want of a better word, there's just so
yeah.
much there, I think.
It's been going for like over a year and a half now. I
Mm,
started it last February.
yeah, right.
Like
Mm,
I got on, yeah, I think I got onto Telegram fairly early once.
yeah,
Once the first purge of Discord happened,
yeah.
like late 2020,
Mm-hmm.
people started getting purged of Discord and losing
Yeah,
accounts and shit.
yep.
So that was about when I got recommended by the Salty Army when I was still friends with all them. They're
Salty
like,
Army.
Salty Cracker, who I've played a few times. The
Uh,
Salty Army's like, yeah,
yeah,
all his
yeah.
mods and followers and shit.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah, because I used to be friends with all the mods and shit,
yeah,
and they all like basically ditched Discord, went
yeah.
to Guild. Seriously, they went to Gilded first, and then I pointed out that the Gilded symbol is basically the upside down pedo symbol.
Yeah, 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 that's right, yeah.
So
Mm,
almost everyone left Gilded. Like serious,
mm,
like almost everyone left it straight after like I pointed that out to them.
yeah.
And yeah, then they all went to Telegram and shit.
Mm.
I didn't
So,
know what I was doing. It's like if
so,
I work out a way to save shit, I'm not even setting up a channel. So I actually set up a whole contents page, but
mm,
no one's been like hashtagging shit to put it into the contents page to be able to find it again.
yeah,
It was working really good for like shit. First 6 months to a year, people
mm,
were actually hashtagging everything they posted.
yeah,
So it's just got a bit slack on it.
mm, yeah. Oh, mate, well, I might wrap up the show, I think, today. It's just a little show today. Or how long have we been going for? Not long, I don't think. But, half an hour. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just about time to go down the bolo. Yes, our usual bolo trip. And yeah, well, thanks for very much for coming on today, mate. I'll chat to you probably after the show, or it's not 3 o'clock yet. That's when I'll go down to the club. And
Oh, okay.
so yeah, just hang around for a minute. I'll end the show and then I'll carry on with the Skype conversation.
All right, swears, man. I'll just
Okay,
mute myself and shit.
yeah, okay, mate. I'll uh, I'll get you out of the way.
All right. Much love, no fear, everyone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you give yourself a bit of a plug before you go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. Basically, the best place to find me is on Twitch as well, under DK Spiracy. That's yeah. It's like
Yeah.
I stream damn near 24/7,
Mm,
and yeah, it's like I can give you other links to places if you ever come and jump in the chat. It's actually the easiest place to find me.
yeah. Yeah. And it's not always just news, doom and gloom. Sometimes there's some good music, good entertainment.
Yeah.
I got home from work this morning. He was playing those jumping
Oh,
cars, whatever they
the
are.
monster
Monster
truck.
trucks, yeah, they're always good to watch.
Yeah. And the
Especially when
occasional
they fall over.
yeah, and the occasional movie if it
Yeah,
fits like
yeah,
fits what I've been talking about and stuff.
yeah, yeah. Oh, a while ago, didn't you play Soil and Green?
No, I haven't played that
Haven't
yet
you?
actually. No, I
Yeah,
haven't played Soil and Green.
yeah.
I
Well,
played like
no,
Blood
maybe
and
I just watched it. Yeah, yeah, because
Clockwork.
there's a link that I got through you, and yeah, I watched it, and it's yeah, it's like opening the door and looking outside, just about. Well, not
Yeah.
quite. It's just dramatised, but it's yeah, yeah. That's a future to look forward to, folks.
Oh,
If
it's
it,
already happening and people don't realise it.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, yeah, the soil and green. They say, "Oh, we're not eating green cookies." You've been to Macca's lately?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
America and Australia have both had court cases about human tissue being found in the meat patties.
yeah, yeah,
I haven't heard of it
yeah,
of it happening in New Zealand, but
yeah.
I know it's happened in America,
If it's
Australia.
happening here, it'll be happening there.
Oh yeah,
We're,
yeah,
we're all
yeah. That's
connected.
I mean, yeah. I'm guessing the same. I just haven't heard of a court case here, but I've
Yeah.
heard in Australia and America.
Oh, I heard a bit of Macca's in the news today. It was really, it's really to make you feel good about Macca's. Apparently, on the day of the funeral, that funeral they're having in England next week, Macca's going to shut down for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a day to restock.
Like, to be honest, if everyone just boycotted fast food restaurants,
Hmm.
it's like you could shut down whole franchises,
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
shut down whole companies.
Yeah, well, I've yeah, I haven't been to Macca's for a while, and yeah, well, I can't say I'll never go again, but like sometimes you just like I'm conditioned. Sometimes because that's it is like we're all varying stages of
I
conditioning.
honestly, I haven't been there in over 2 years.
Oh, good on you.
Like,
Oh,
yeah, like serious. I haven't
mm,
been to McDonald's or any other.
yeah, yeah,
What actually? What have I been to? The only places I've been to are Subway, and I have heard some crap about them as well.
yeah.
So careful which things I order.
Hmm.
Yeah, Subway and like like Turkish kebab places, like doner kebab things.
Yeah, I like my kebabs every now and
Yeah,
then, but you know,
that's my favorite fast food, to be honest.
yeah, kebabs, yeah, yeah, full of veggies and stuff
Yeah,
like that. I've been quite often making my own kebabs at home. You know, get a wrap, salad,
oh
and roast chook or whatever meat you want. You know, yeah,
yeah,
good tugger. I bought some today. I actually might have that for dinner tonight.
nice.
Anyway, yeah, DK,
Yeah, the only problem with it is you got to buy so many different things, and they'll
yeah,
start going off if you don't use them up. That's the only
yeah.
problem.
No, that's the thing. You buy food, you got to make sure you eat it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I hate throwing food out, but
same. Yeah.
yeah. Hey, mate. Well, I'll just get you off the screen for a sec.
All right,
Hey,
bud.
where are you? Hey, mate. Take care, and I'll talk to you in a couple of minutes.
Okay, man. So.
Right, folks. That's Amos Sewn 35 for the day. Um, I don't know whether I'll be. I'll definitely be back next Thursday, I'm sure. And I've some occasionally be doing a Sunday show, Sunday Soon Sense. Last weekend's show was, if anyone saw it, it was about 6 hours. It was mostly on Twitch. Yeah, and I think it was on D Live too. But anyway, have a look if you like, because there was a 6 hour presentation of stuff that's happening in the world, and it was quite eye opening. Yeah, it was a good view. Anyway, folks, thanks very much for watching. Be good to each other. Don't hurt anybody. That's the thing. Be good, or be good at it. Cheerio in Lakesh.